New year, new EDC. Hey guys, it's Carl. So happy 2024. EDC, everyday carry, means something different to everyone. For me, it's stuff that you actually carry with you. So no laptops, no over-the-ear headphones, stuff that is actually jammed into your pocket. The bare minimals that no matter what, you never leave the house with. We'll start off with, obviously, a smartphone. It's what we're on every single day, and I am Team iPhone. In between switching between all my devices, I am rocking the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The big reason why I'm on iOS mainly is because I started editing on Final Cut, so things like AirDrop, things like iMessage. I've just been sucked into the Apple ecosystem, very tough to leave. And with the 15 Pro Max, obviously the larger battery life is the main reason why I'm using the larger device. It has a slightly longer telephoto, and I am someone that rocks my phone usually without a case. I like to live on the edge. If I do, I use this one from Nomad. It's their leather case. So unfortunately, Apple moved away from going leather. They're going carbon neutrality for, I guess, 2024 and onwards. So they sadly don't manufacture any more nice leather cases. I know that it's the way, I guess, of the future, or the way of, I guess, Apple, but there's still something so nice about having a leather case. It patina's nicer. It just feels very premium. And this one from Nomad, it pretty much has zero branding except for the little label on the side. It feels great, and over the time I've been using it, you can see I picked up a couple scratches, but it kind of adds to the character of the device, which you'll kind of see. But that is essentially my phone. I do think iPhones just have the best video in class. For the amount that I publish on social, I do not think that you can beat iPhone video. It just looks so good out of camera. It almost means that I don't need a camera, but I am sadly on to my next upgrade, which I'm going to say that I do carry around a lot. So this is a new little Sony camera. This is the A7CR. This is essentially an A7R5 in an A6000 style body. It is so small, so compact. I love the two-tone finish. So it has the silver on top, obviously the black body. It's got that monster 61, I believe, megapixel sensor on the inside. It essentially does everything my A7R5 does in a smaller body. There are some drawbacks. It only has the one SD card slot. The viewfinder isn't as good. You're missing a couple dials, a couple function buttons, but if you can live with those sacrifices, it pretty much does the exact same thing. Like I said, monster sensor, so it takes great photos. Video-wise, it shoots in S-Log3. You've got S-Cinetone. I am rocking my nifty little Batis 18mm, which I absolutely love, and the overall footprint, like I said, is something small enough that you can carry around. So I always have this on me. Being a content creator, always kind of taking photos, video. It's still slightly better than an iPhone. I still like to have a dedicated camera, and this is kind of my Christmas upgrade to myself, and I swear to carry this around with me every single place that I go. So the next item, another big upgrade for me for the new year, this is the Ultra Human Ring Air. It's essentially a health fitness tracker on a ring, kind of similar to the Oura Ring. This one has been on my finger for a couple days now, and I'm a big fan of this, as you'll see in a second. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of smartwatches, so on my wrist, I'm never really rocking an Apple Watch. I've tried them all. It just kind of doesn't do it for me. Big fan of mechanical watches. Like I said, I'll get to that in a second. So this thing essentially fits onto your finger. It comes in a couple different finishes. I've got the silver one here, kind of matches some of my other pieces. Once again, I'll get to in a second. You will need to get your ring size. So beforehand, they send you like a ring sizing kit, depending on which finger you put it on. I've just got mine on my index finger. And what this does, it essentially is a fitness tracker, health tracker, like I said. So it tracks heart rate, it tracks sleep cycles, it tracks everything, I'd say the most important vitals that you would want out of a fitness tracker without having a screen that you can obviously use. So it's great if you're not a fan of wearing a smartwatch. It's great if you just want something a bit more minimal, and through the couple days of testing, you can actually see the sleep scores, which is the most important metric which I've been trying to track in the new year, just seeing how my overall sleep health is. So you can see things like REM cycles, deep sleep, light sleep, the amount of time that you've spent in bed, and it gives you an overall score of sleep index. It still tracks things like temperature. It tracks your daily steps. So all the things that I think you would want health-wise can be tracked in this, and then you're still not distracted by things like on a screen, like on an Apple Watch, say. So this, once again, another big upgrade for me. I've been a huge fan of it so far. A couple minor drawbacks if you are someone that likes to work out, say in the gym, if you like to lift weights, you probably have to take the ring off, as it could get crushed. I guess on the flip side, you can wear it when you play certain sports, say like soccer. I play a lot of, I can just wrap it up with some tape. That's something that you can't do with a smartwatch still. But the big benefit for me is still being able able to wear a mechanical watch, which once again, biggest fan of. So on my wrist now, what gets the most wrist time, like I'm a big like Omega fan, Speedmasters are my absolute love. I think they're way better than Daytonas. They just have the history of them. They're the only watch that's been to the moon. And what I love, if you're a watch fan, they range in price ranges. You can go all the way from the bioceramic from the Swatch collaboration all the way to precious metals. This one, which is in moonshine gold for my wedding. I've got the Snoopy, which is another iconic piece. So I'm really lucky that I have these like keepsakes that I can kind of wear all the time. And once again, a bit of that analogness, a bit of that old schoolness about me. But yeah, definitely a huge watch person. I think that debate between say like Rolex, Omega, even like AP, I can get into if I say start a podcast, but that's obviously a topic for a different convo. But that is another piece on the EDC. Jewelry wise, you can actually see that I've just obviously got my wedding band, recently got married last year on my ring finger. It's platinum, it's dope. It's got a bit of bling on it too. And I know a lot of questions about the bracelet. It's my hint of orange for the day. As I said, I'm a huge orange fan. This is the Omega sailing bracelet. It's dope. And that is my accessories and part of, I guess, my EDC. So next off, without leaving the pack, always have to have a pair of earbuds, whether I'm listening to music on Spotify, whether I'm taking a call. I'm rocking the AirPods Pro. Because I'm using my iPhone, they're just easy to pair. I do have the USB-C ones as well, but other than that difference, there's no real reason to make that upgrade. Once again, you don't always need to have the latest and greatest in tech. This works perfectly fine, and until these kind of wear out or I lose them, which is very typical, I won't make the upgrade to my USB-C ones solid. There are better options out there, I would say price-wise and sound quality, but for that ease of use, again, once again, if you're in that Apple ecosystem, sometimes the ease outweighs some of the other benefits. These have been pretty solid. So next off, obviously in everyone's EDC, keys. No matter how advanced we are tech-wise, you still need something very like mechanical, like a key to open a door. I am currently building a house right now, so I'm exploring options for like digital keys, but there's always something nice, once again, having something mechanical, something that you actually need to open, something as weird as a door. Such like an old concept, but it's still kind of stuck around. On the keys wise though, we do have some tech. We've got a pair of AirTags. Once again, I never leave the house without them because I always lose things. I've got my little Stormtrooper Lego guy. He has seen better days. He's been on my keychain for many years. He is missing a hand and he's almost yellow from the years, but that guy is still there. And my Porsche keys, which I do have a 992 GT3, which I did drive a bit more this year. I think like my kilometer count, it's still like insanely low, like less than like what, 3,000 kilometers, which is so sad. I am someone that flies more sadly than I drive, but when I do take this out, when I drive to the studio, it's around 4 kilometers from home. It's a short commute, but this puts a grin on my face every day. And if you are a big like Porsche nut, I have seen the new 992.2 GT3s. Some of the rumors are going around that it'll be like a mild hybrid, like assist. So downgrade the engine to like a 3.6 liter, which means that the manual gearbox might sadly disappear. Once again, something analog still in my life. There is still something so satisfying about like a 6-speed shifter, that extra interaction with the clutch. Also a great anti-theft thing because no one knows how to drive manuals anymore. So that is in my pack. Next, a wallet. Once again, something that is kind of slowly phasing their way out with things like Apple Pay. I'm mostly paying on my smartphone, but for places that still require credit card, I still need to have my driver's license. Just having a little card holder. I'm not too crazy about like designer stuff, but when LV came out with some of their pieces with hints of color, I think it's called like their Color Mania line. Obviously, the stuff with orange was kind of a big hit for me. I do actually have a little bit of tech inside, which is an OVU card. So this is like an NFC tap card. Great for the upcoming CES trip that I'm doing in a couple days. So this kind of shares your info with someone, contact info. You can also link stuff like your social. You just need to tap this to your phone, and then things like Instagram, X, Twitter, your website, my YouTube channel can all be transferred, including my contact info. So there is a hint of tech in there, and that does replace things like business cards, which I think this is like my 10th CES that I'm going to. When I first started, I used to like hand out business cards like crazy. Now I can just like tap this to someone's phone and they have all of my info. So super handy. Last but not least, another piece of analog. Is this tech? Like, is stationary tech? I guess it's like old school tech. I always have like a pen on me. You never know when you need to jot down some info. When I travel, still filling out some of those like little passport forms are required, or when I just want to write down ideas. I find like ideas stick to my head a bit better when I am writing them down. So I have this lovely titanium pen, once again, way too expensive. Just because they sent it over. It's from GroveMade. It feels super premium, and I just have a little notebook that I love to jot down notes on, just once again to kind of get the creative juices flowing and to write stuff down. I feel like I retain the info better, and that kind of lives in my pocket, in my pack. And I know that I didn't really showcase this in the thumbnail, but if there are things that I am carrying around, if they don't fit into my pocket, I always have some sort of little pack which everything fits into. This one's from DB Journey. I kind of swear by them for all my travel, for all my EDC go-to carry stuff. This is just their little organizer. So you can see that it fits all my daily essentials, and it even has these small little dividers that you can kind of put your stuff into, so stuff just isn't kind of free floating around. It kind of zips up, and the best part, you can actually just attach straps to the end of these. You can kind of do a little hack, have the Peak Design strap attached to it if I am rocking my camera body, or you can just kind of carry it around as a little doppel. What are these called? Almost like a little toiletry bag, but for your tech, however you kind of want to use it or see fit. But that is kind of my daily EDC for 2024. A lot of fitness upgrades. Obviously my camera is a new one that I'm carrying around for this year. Just trying to reduce the overall stuff that I carry, just keep it to the bare minimals, essentials. Let me know if there's anything that I missed or potential upgrades throughout the year, and if people like leave suggestions down below. I love that you know, you can chat about them in the community. So thanks for watching one of my first vids for the new year. Hope you're all crushing it. Enjoy my CES content, which should be coming out over the next couple weeks, and I'll catch you in one of my next vids. Peace.